Welcome back to the Bulletin. Now let's take a look at the news in detail. We start in Afghanistan, where at least 96 Taliban insurgents and Afghan soldiers have been killed in the latest fighting. Afghanistan's defense ministry in a statement said that 61 insurgents were killed and 30 others wounded in operations across the country. It said that 19 insurgents were killed in fighting in southern Helmand province. Another 16 Taliban fighters died in northern Kunduz province. Meanwhile, Taliban has said that 33 Afghan soldiers were killed in an attack on a military base in Kunduz. It said that 2 other government soldiers were killed and 4 more wounded during a clash in northern Balkh province. Moving on, Prime Minister Imran Khan has said that the threat of war with India has receded because of Pakistan's timely and wise decisions. Addressing a parliamentary meeting of the ruling Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party, Khan said that the situation on the border with India remains tense. Khan said that Pakistan was successful in presenting its stance to the global community because of close cooperation between its state institutions. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has commended the role of China, Turkey, Russia and the US in diffusing tensions with India. In an interview, Qureshi said that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP believes that good relations with Pakistan may lead to its defeat in general elections. He said that Pakistan, by announcing that its High Commissioner will soon resume his duties in New Delhi, has sent a positive signal to India for the restoration of peace. Qureshi said that weekly contacts between the Pakistani and Indian militaries will soon be restored. In another development, at least 2 Kashmiri civilians have been injured in unprovoked Indian firing across the line of control. Pakistan's military in a statement said that Indian troops deliberately targeted civilians during firing on the Bagshar sector of Azad Kashmir. Pakistan's military vowed to defend its citizens at all costs by mounting an effective and targeted response. Meanwhile, Indian occupation forces have martyred another Kashmiri youth in occupied Kashmir.
The Indian forces martyred the Kashmiri youth during a cordon and search operation in the Handwara area of northern Kupwara district. In another development, 18 people have been injured in a grenade attack at a bus stand in Jammu.
About half an hour back, there has been a grenade explosion over here. It seems that the grenade has been lobbed from outside. It possibly had rolled beneath the bus and it has caused injuries to approximately 18 persons. They have all been shifted to the GMC and they are being taken care of.
Meanwhile, Kashmir Freedom Struggle leader Yasin Malik and Jamaat-e-Islami political party chief, spokesman, advocate Zahid Ali have been booked under India's Public Safety Act. Malik and Ali were detained by Indian occupation forces on February 22nd. In another development, the leadership of the Kashmiri Freedom Struggle has called for a general strike tomorrow against India's attempt to bring about demographic changes in occupied Kashmir. Kashmiris will also protest against the harassment of the Freedom Struggle's leaders by an Indian investigation agency under the guise of investigations into illegal funding.
Next up, India's opposition Congress party has said that enough evidence now exists to prosecute Prime Minister Narendra Modi for corruption in the Rafale scandal.
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, addressing a press conference, said that the government's admission in court that key documents have gone missing is a confession that proof of wrongdoing exists. Gandhi said that Modi had performed bypass surgery on government rules to approve an $8.7 billion deal for French Rafale warplanes. He said that the deal was structured so that Indian billionaire Anil Ambani would pay kickbacks to Modi. Gandhi said that the Indian government had acknowledged that the missing Rafale documents are authentic. He said that the missing papers, which were previously leaked to the press, clearly state that the price of the Rafale jets was inflated because Modi had struck an underhand deal.
The government has said that it would investigate the media for reporting the Rafale corruption scandal irresponsibly. But the person who committed corruption of $300 billion, regarding whom the file clearly states that he was guilty of doing a parallel negotiation, nobody will dare to investigate him.
Congress Party President Rahul Gandhi said that Modi was abusing his position as Prime Minister to get away with corruption.
Basic idea behind all these actions is to break all laws and destroy all evidence to save Narendra Modi. All institutions of the government are doing everything they can just to save Prime Minister Modi.
Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi recalled that former French President François Hollande had revealed that Modi had asked for Anil Ambani's company to be involved in the Rafale deal. He said that Hollande's statement was enough to indict the Indian Prime Minister for corruption.
Moving on, a 15-year-old Palestinian has been shot dead by Israeli occupation forces during protests along the Gaza border. Gaza's health ministry spokesman Ashraf al-Qudra in a statement said that teenager Said Abu Zaid was shot in the head by Israeli forces. He said that 4 other Palestinians were also wounded and have been hospitalized for treatment. Meanwhile, Israel has said that its warplanes have struck Hamas-run installations in southern Gaza. The Israeli army in a statement said that the strikes were carried out in response to balloons carrying explosives devices and a projectile launched from Gaza. Palestinian security officials said that a Hamas base was struck during the Israeli raid, the 5th since Saturday. He said that the Israeli airstrikes caused no casualties. Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has designated the Hamas-run Al-Aqsa satellite TV channel as a terror organization. In a statement, Al-Aqsa TV said that Netanyahu took the decision to gain political mileage for general elections scheduled on April 9th. Next up, amid fears that a ceasefire agreement could fall apart, Yemen's government and Houthi rebels have met for UN-brokered talks in Jordan. UN Special Envoy Martin Griffiths, speaking in Amman, said that the 3-day meeting aims to salvage the prisoner exchange agreed between Yemen's warring parties in December. Griffiths said that the success of the prisoner exchange is of huge importance to the broader political process. The leader of the Houthi delegation, Abdul Qadir Murtada, has said that the rebels have a number of Saudi prisoners in custody, including officers. Murtada said that the fate of the Saudi prisoners of war is linked to the Saudi-led coalition's treatment of imprisoned Houthi rebels. Meanwhile, Amazon's chief executive Jeff Bezos has retained the top spot in the annual Forbes ranking of the world's billionaires. Bezos topped the Forbes list for a second consecutive year, courtesy of his estimated personal fortune of about $131 billion. Bezos' fortune far outweighed the next richest billionaire, Microsoft founder Bill Gates. Forbes said that Gates' net worth increased by $6.5 billion last year to nearly $97 billion. Berkshire Hathaway's chief executive Warren Buffett was ranked 3rd by Forbes despite a relatively small fall in his fortune. Buffett is still estimated to be worth more than $82 billion. Senior Forbes editor Louisa Kroll, in an interview, said that public anger against the world's billionaires is rising because of the growing disparity between the rich and poor.
I definitely think that we are in a bad moment for the very rich. For the first time, I've been tracking the wealthiest for way too long, and really for the first time this year, we've seen a real animosity. There's always been kind of a voyeuristic mentality and people joking, oh, if I only had $1 billion, I'd be on the list. But you see a vehemence against these people because of the wealth inequality that we see in the world.
Reality TV star and makeup mogul Kylie Jenner has also made it into the Forbes list by becoming the youngest ever self-made American billionaire. Forbes senior editor Louisa Kroll said that Jenner has shaken the established order of billionaires.
Kylie Jenner's introduction to being a billionaire, it is something that has shocked all of us, and it's really something, we call her the first selfie billionaire, and it really speaks to the way that people can make businesses these days. She essentially took $250,000 that she'd made modeling. There's going to be a lot of debate about, was she self-made or was she not? She definitely was able to leverage her family's fame and her personal fame.
According to Forbes, the number of billionaires around the world fell slightly last year. But there are still more than 2,000 people with fortunes in excess of $1 billion. Forbes said that the world's super rich collectively are worth about $8.7 trillion. And in football news, England's Manchester United and FC Porto of Portugal have qualified for the quarter-finals of the UEFA Champions League. Playing at Le Parc des Princes, Manchester United beat Paris Saint-Germain by 3-1 to overcome a 2-goal defeat in the first leg of their round of 16 match. Striker Romelu Lukaku put United ahead after 2 minutes, but PSG equalised shortly after. The Belgian striker grabbed a second goal before half-time. The two-leg match was decided by an extra-time penalty scored by Marcus Rashford. The Red Devils are the first side to advance in the Champions League after losing a first-leg game by such a wide margin. In another thrilling contest, Portuguese club FC Porto knocked out Italy's Roma from the Champions League by an aggregate score of 4-3. Alex Telles won the match with an extra-time penalty following a video review to send Porto into the Champions League quarter-finals. Later, Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that his players always believed that they could pull off a remarkable comeback.
Of course, we fancy ourselves. We can go all the way, but we could. We just have to wait for the draw and then take the game as it comes. Now we've had loads of injuries, suspensions, but that was maybe a good thing today because we had a fresh team, loads of energy. We knew we had to defend and be humble enough to work hard, and we had a team to do that.
Well, that was all from me from the moment, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more news at the top.